In this video, I will show you how to replace your rear dash camera, which has been damaged by moisture, and how to prevent the new camera from getting damaged. You can also follow these steps to install a new rear camera for your dash camera. This is the King Slim D4 dash camera and it is highly recommended. The supplier for this camera doesn't seem to sell the rear camera alone. I purchased this replacement camera on eBay and I will put a link in the description below. The problem is that I bought this one with the wrong size jack, but my current wires will work. I noticed that with my current wires, the left side is showing on the right, and this camera doesn't have a setting to change that. That's fine for me though. I just want to be able to record the rear of my vehicle. I will run an experiment soon. I will connect the jack from my old camera to the new wires to see if it fixed that problem. I will now protect the new camera from being damaged by moisture by using clear epoxy to seal all possible moisture entrance. The old camera was waterproof, but it got damaged during the winter season. I will seal where the wire is here and all joints. I'll now leave this to dry. Run the wire under the roof covering using a pry tool to assist you. Just take your time and work the wire under the roof covering like I'm doing here. Just take your time to push the wire under the roof covering like I'm doing here. The rear camera can be installed inside the car like you see this camera installed inside the car here. The camera can also be installed outside of the car, which gives a better and clearer view. I will put a link in the description below to show you how to install the camera inside the car. However, this video will show you how to install the camera outside the car, and I will be showing you the rear camera installation process on this 2014 Toyota Highlander. Installing the camera outside the car though is more difficult, but I will show you all the steps. Let's remove this camera out of the way. For a very neat installation, I will run the reverse wire under the roof covering through this OEM tube, so at the end, no rear camera wires will be exposed or be seen. I will need to remove the plastic tailgate panels. They are easy to remove. They are held in place by some clips. Your hands can be used to pull them apart, and I will also be using a plastic pry tool. To help the wire to easily slide through the rubber tube, I will use a little body oil to lubricate the wires. I will now place the wires under the roof covering through the rubber tube. The wire is through the tube and I can now put the rubber tube back in place. Now let's finish removing the tailgate panels. The camera will be installed right here and I will need to run it through the hole where one of the reverse light bulb housing is. The reverse light bulb housing is held in place by two clips. I will use a screwdriver to squeeze the side of the clips inwards to release them. So as you can see now, the reversing light bulb housing is out. I can now run the rear camera wire through the hole and install the reverse light bulb housing back in place. There is a foam seal on the reverse light bulb housing which should be enough to stop water from getting through. But if you want to ensure that it is sealed watertight, add some clear silicone here where the wire exits. So the reversing light housing is back in place. Now I can connect the rear camera and also connect the red wire to the positive lead to the reverse light bulb. I do not want to cut any of my OEM wire here. So I am just going to disconnect the bulb connector, then securely place the red trigger camera wire inside the opening where the positive reverse light wire is and push the connector back in place. Now it's time to install the rear camera and I'll be using both 3M tape and the screws. I will need to pull out the wire a bit to be able to install the camera on this side. Pulling out the wire won't disconnect the connection from inside the tailgate because of how I use the tie strap to secure the wires. So this camera is securely screwed onto the car, and now I'm going to hide the camera wire under the panels right here. That's it for this video, but before you go, do something for me. Hit that like button. See you on the next one, guys.